Well, this is a very special interaction we are having with someone who's looked at the Indian economy from the ground upwards. I am in conversation right now with Mr. Pratap Singh, who's dropping by in our studios. He's a principal commissioner in the income tax department, has been looking at the tax system in India for almost 33 years. He's come out with a very interesting book called India's Odyssey. This is the book in my hand which Mr. Pratap Singh has written, and this book talks about the journey which India has undertaken from a emerging market to a developed market. What are the challenges we have to go through, and what are the promises which the policy makers and corporates and all citizens actually hold that we are looking towards that dream and the fulfillment of that. Mr. Singh, thank you very much for dropping by in our studios.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
the entire ecosystem right now in the financial markets we track are very gung-ho right now. You have put all of that into a book, that this is India's Odyssey and we are going towards from a emerging market to a developed market to a powerhouse, the economic powerhouse. Talk to us about what are the changes that you have seen in the Indian economy that you're confident that this time it is for real. We've seen it happen in the past as well many times. But what are the changes that should happen in those 3 decades that this time it appears much more structural?
Sharmaji, firstly, thanks for kind words. And India is a great civilizational country. You see, if we look back at the history, for almost a very, very long period until 1750, our GDP was almost 24-25% of global GDP. See, where were we? So the next country used to be China. So China also close to that 24-25%. India and China put together used to have 50% of global GDP. And from that period, the foreign rule came. And you see, where did we reach when we attained independence in 1947? Our literacy rate was 16%. Our life expectancy was 32 years. Our size in global GDP, I think, came down to somewhere around 3%. And acute hunger, poverty, food shortage. And after, since 1947, the development journey of the country, and where do we stand today? Today, we are 5th largest economy and 4th strongest military power. We are a huge digital technology powerhouse. Then we have attained great feat in space technology. You see, we landed Chandrayaan 3 just last year in the month of August. Then geopolitically, this is the best period for India. Wow. Geopolitically, now we are in some kind of Goldilocks zone. Now, every country wishes to quote us, whether it is US or whether it is Europe or Russia or Japan. So, sometime back, our external affairs minister, he remarked that no major problem of the globe, of the world, could be solved without some kind of consultation with India. So that shows the strategic thought process. So in the in-between period, we were not taken so seriously by the countries. Our coverage was not so good. We used to be known for our poverty and other problems. So today, world looks at us with a lot of hope. Okay, this is a place where largest growth is going to come. And last year we clocked a growth of somewhere around 8.2%. So this is a huge phenomenal achievement. Our share market, capitalization reached 4 trillion. I think it already crossed 4 trillion. Yeah. And it is surging like anything. I think already in this year, we are ahead by 20-25% in terms of index, etc. So India is doing very well, but where do we wish to reach now? This is such an important point. So Honorable Prime Minister has given a clarion call that we wish to make India a fully developed country by 2047, which is the centennial year of our independence, 100th year. Now there are certain criteria or benchmark as per which a country is treated as fully developed. So for that, we have to have certain level of per capita income, so which is 13,800 in terms of US dollar on today's exchange rate. Then there should be high level of human development. There should be fully developed economy. Then there should be decent living standard of the people. Then social inclusion, clean environment, so on and so forth. So these are the criteria. So the point is, where do we stand? So when are we going to reach per capita income level? When are we going to have sort of clean environment? Because some of our cities, major cities, are like pollution is a major problem. Then social inclusion, participation of women and labor force. So that is a bit of issue. We need to do a lot of work. Then our rural and agricultural income. So all those issues have been covered in detail. So what steps the country should take? So I only remark one thing, that every 5 years now, we need to reinvent ourselves. So this journey is not going to be easy. To become fully developed economy, fully developed country, this is not going to be easy. So the next level of reform, and thereafter further next level of reform, we need to think, we need to act proactively, and all of us, as we say, na, sabka saath, sabka vikas, and sabka prayas. Sabka prayas is essential to reach at that level. But this is the best period to reach.
Right.
Certainly.
Mr. Singh, also talk to us about what exactly has happened in the last 10, 15 years, 20 years, 2 decades or so, which in your view actually prepared the groundwork. The structural steps which the country, policymakers, all of us together have taken, which prepares the groundwork now that we can take that leap.
Certainly, the first thing we see, and I'll say in last 5-7 years, formalization of economy.
Okay.
Because of digitalization, whatever transactions are taking place, it is happening through formal channels now. Earlier, it used to happen through cash and in an informal way. So that is one huge change. So then digital governance, e-governance we call. So if you need a passport, you need a ration card, you need birth certificate, you want to go for admission to a college, entire process is integrated. So I'll briefly touch upon the tax system. When I joined the tax department some 33 years back, entire work we were doing in physical mode. So though the workload was 1/10 or less than 1/10 of like present day's workload, it used to take around 1 year in processing, simple processing of the tax returns and tax payment. Now our average time is just 16 days, which we propose to reduce to 10 days. And our workload is gone
10x.
10 times. So our collections have gone up 200 times, more than 200 times since that period. Now the kind of efficiency it generates and the kind of services we are able to render to the taxpayers. So there is a huge change. So in the similar way, the other government departments have reinvented, whether it is at state government level or central level. You see our ticketing system. A lot of benefit, this financial inclusion and direct benefit transfer, these Aadhaar, these have been very transformative changes. See, even the very advanced countries, many of them have not been able to reach this level. And one more point, in the month of March, the number of digital transactions we did was 13 billion.
My goodness, a record.
And the next country was China, 2.6 billion. US was still lesser. So this is the power of technology, and you see this is the kind of transformation which India have been able to do, though still there are issues in terms of poverty and marginal literacy issues are there, but the way the government has functioned over the last 10 years or so, these are phenomenal achievements. Anybody
You've seen them
proud.
at the very closest quarters possible, so I will take your word for it. Before we wrap, I want to understand, see, you from your vantage point and your experience and on-ground implementation of these, you're a taxman yourself, the tax reform that you've seen, we speak with corporates after corporates and we are seeing buoyancy in tax. I want to understand, as somebody who's in part of the ecosystem, areas of scope or improvement which are strategically important as a country. We need to plug gaps, we need to cover ground to achieve this dream which you're talking about here.
Certainly. You see, if we talk of last 3 years, I'm not taking a very long period. The tax collection has doubled. You see the kind of phenomenal growth, though there was a bit of base effect also in a COVID year. So we had growth of 49.54% during year 21-22. Then 22-23 we had growth of somewhere around 19%, and 23-24 again a growth of 18% plus. Last year we added 56 lakh new taxpayers. 56 lakh new taxpayers. Whatever is happening, anybody is doing any transaction, we get to know. Information comes to us. It is coming from various sources. Property purchase registrars are giving us information, car companies, hospital, summary banks, foreign exchange, property, things like that. So the entire information, somebody is going to a store, buying something. You know, now your mobile is linked to your Aadhaar, and Aadhaar is linked to PAN. So entire data. Then whatever is happening in GST, so GST data and income tax data, we can exchange with each other. There has been agreement between two boards, CBDT and CBIC. So that data is available. So what kind of turnover a person is showing in income tax, and what kind of turnover a person is showing in GST. Now, but still there are some areas where we need to work, and we need to focus better. Maybe we need to change the strategies, especially the hard to tax groups. So in that, I would say professionals, certain category of professionals, probably we have not been able to track their data properly. Maybe there's a retail kind of businesses, a small sweet shop, and maybe like a small kind of business somebody is running. So where many things may be happening in cash. So information, so that we need to create mechanisms to track those things better. So it has to be it has to work in in different ways. Like somebody is earning money, naturally the person is going to spend or invest somewhere. So either he's going to buy car or property or shares or FD or things like that. So that side also we track. And the generation side also we take into consideration. Now, lots of things we have covered by TDS provision. See, now every person we can't visit. So we need to use technology which is available at our end, and this is very good. So the kind of growth I was mentioning to you, we were able to achieve that on account of use of technology, AI and machine learning and data analytics and all those things. So by that, let's say we have got 10 bank accounts. You reported, let's say 3 or 5, we'll come to know about.
Exactly.
So those are the kind of things that department have been able to do, and we continue to work upon it. We continue to improve upon it as to how to capture that economic transaction or activity in a better way and how to use it. The idea is the person should bear appropriate tax liability, not more, not less. That is the whole idea.
Great. All right, Mr. Singh, thank you very much for dropping by, and good luck for this book.
Thank you so much, Sharma.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.